Good morning, second graders. Today we will be identifying a public issue that is influencing our communities today. So when you look at this picture on the screen, can someone make a prediction about what we're going to talk about today? And then at this point, the teacher would have a discussion with their students about their predictions. Yes, all of your predictions contribute to our topic of global warming, the Michigan edition. First, before we dive into how global warming affects Michigan, we need to first understand what global warming is. Would anyone like to define global warming in their own words? And then at this time, the teacher will again pause to allow students time to formulate and express their answer. This also is an opportunity to pre-assess the students on their knowledge of global warming. Thank you all for your contributions. Your answers combine to make a word people use to describe global warming, which is the greenhouse effect. Now, the greenhouse effect is when the sun shines through the atmosphere and the Earth's surface warms up from the sun. Then, when the surface cools, the heat goes back into the air, but some gets trapped in the atmosphere by carbon dioxide. This causes the globe to warm up. Now, what does this mean for the Earth? Does anyone have any guesses? At this point, the teacher would take the students' guesses. Yes, now let me show you the 4 main points that are affecting the Earth. So, global warming affects changing weather, rising sea levels, and then it also impacts ecosystems and people. An ecosystem is the plants and animals that coexist in a particular climate zone, both on land and in the ocean. This statement is according to NASA's Earth Observatory. If the smallest aspect of an ecosystem is changed, it can alter the lives of all the organisms living in it. We can see the effects of global warming through the droughts that are happening in California, and intense storms that are happening all around the world, as well as floods becoming more frequent in many places throughout the planet. Now, some of you may be wondering, why does this matter to me? I live in Michigan, where we have rainstorms and snowstorms. We don't have any major natural disasters that happen here. Well, global warming is affecting Michigan, and here's how. Michigan is affected by global warming in 6 different ways: heavy rain/flooding, the Great Lakes, winter, farming, air pollution, and the ecosystems around the state. Heavy rains causes flooding in areas that are not used to flooding. The Great Lakes water quality is affected because warmer water allows more algae blooms to grow. Those are harmful to the ecosystem. Winter is shorter now because of the greenhouse effect. But when winter does come, winter is way more intense than it used to be. Farming is affected because if there were more droughts in our future, it would be harder to grow crops. Air pollution will be harder to get rid of as the climate changes and the warmer summers cause dehydration in animals and people. Lastly, ecosystems on land and water will be changed based on the warmer weather. Some forests change because some trees need cooler air to survive. Now it is your turn. Everyone will work with their table mates to choose a place in Michigan that is meaningful to everyone in the group. For example, I would choose Interlochen, Michigan, because I went to camp there when I was a high schooler. The groups will have 10 minutes to discuss and choose a place. Then each group will complete a worksheet that I will hand out to identify and research the public issue of global warming that is impacting that specific place. You will also come up with a solution on how to help fight global warming affecting your place. You may use the computer to research your place. Every group will have 30 minutes to research. I will give you more time if needed. Lastly, you will use your research on your handout to make a small PowerPoint presentation about your place and the solution you came up with. The groups will have 40 minutes to put their presentation together. We may move this to another day if there's not enough time. Every group will present their presentations at the end of the week. Before you get started, here are some websites that have information about global warming affecting Michigan. These websites could give you ideas about the place you would like to research if you are having trouble deciding on an idea. Let me know if you would like to use any of these websites and we can pull up the link. This one I thought was very interesting, and here we are. This is global warming and the Great Lakes. So if you want to pick a place that's around the Great Lakes, then you can see different animals and how they're affected. And then you can discuss the ecosystem of that place based on the animals that you are interested in. Now let's get started. Once you have decided on a place with your group, come in and check with me, and I will hand you a laptop to use for research. Raise your hands if anyone has any questions. Good luck, and I am excited to see what you all come up with. And these are the links that I used to find all of my information for my slides and my presentation. Thank you everyone for listening to my lesson on global warming and the Michigan edition.